From NBC News in Washington, this is Meet the Press with Tim Russert. Sitting in today, Andrea Mitchell.
Our issues this Sunday: partisan battles on Capitol Hill, Iraq, immigration, flag burning, and a Supreme Court ruling against the president's claim of wartime powers, all setting the stage for the November midterm elections. With us, the Assistant Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, Republican of Kentucky, and the chairman of the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee, Chuck Schumer of New York. McConnell and Schumer square off. Then the president leads an attack on the media.
There can be no excuse for anyone entrusted with vital intelligence to leak it, and no excuse for any newspaper to print it.
Leaks, freedom of the press, and national security. Insights and analysis from Bill Bennett, radio host and author of America, The Last Best Hope. John Harwood of the Wall Street Journal and CNBC. Dana Priest of the Washington Post. And William Safire of the New York Times. And in our Meet the Press Minute, 35 years ago this week, the Supreme Court issued an injunction allowing the New York Times to continue publication of the classified Pentagon Papers. The man who leaked the papers to the New York Times, Daniel Ellsberg, was a guest on Meet the Press, May 20th, 1973.
I've not met a lawyer in this country who could say clearly that the acts that I admitted doing, copying the Pentagon Papers of which I had authorized possession, and giving those copies to the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, ultimately to the press, violated any law.
But first, Senators McConnell and Senator Schumer, welcome both. In a major rebuke this week to the White House, the Supreme Court ruled that the White House has to abide by the Geneva Conventions and the Uniform Code of Military Justice when handling detainees, and ruled that the military tribunals cannot be the course. Senator McConnell, in addition to this, the New York Times editors wrote in reaction, the Supreme Court's decision striking down the military tribunals set up to try the detainees being held in Guantanamo Bay is far more than a narrow ruling on the issue of military courts. It is an important and welcome reaffirmation that even in times of war, the law is what the Constitution, the statute books, and the Geneva Conventions say it is, not what the president wants it to be. Senator, in a broader sense, isn't this a real rebuke and a repudiation of the broad authorities that the president has been claiming since 9/11?
Well, first and most importantly,
been missing.
Tom Cameron Quaid.
Judd Huntley, David Duncan, John Chen.